YouTube. This your girl Puff Reacts back with another video. Now today, I know I'm late. Don't cuss me out, y'all. I had to get this out because this is long overdue. If my community is not aware, I'm gonna make us aware of this. The YouTuber MIKO Worldwide Hood Vlogs. If you're not familiar with him, I'm gonna try and remember to post a link to his page at the bottom, and you can go check out some of his content. Now, he has really dope content. He goes to different hoods, different cities, different states, and he gets like that behind the scenes, just gritty, down to earth, raw content. You know what the streets really be like. You know when they outside, what that outside really mean. You know, so if you're not aware, he has some allegations come out about him as of late, that he sodomized a young adult. Then the allegations kind of just snowballed out of control. So people got a hold of his paperwork, and they read the paperwork, and things just kind of went crazy. Okay, the allegations came out, the paperwork came out. If you're not familiar, 1090 Jake covered it on his channel. Go check him out, 1090 Jake in the sentence EOS. If I remember, I'll try to drop that link down below as well. He got his hands on, the thick of it, you know, and Miko decided to come and do a paperwork party with PIRU. We're gonna listen to a little bit of what he said, you know, and we're gonna gauge from the rest there.
Any of that type of or condone any type of that behavior.
And I'm sure people don't think this shit is scripted. It's not, because I'm reading through this shit. I'm stopping you, and I apologize, but this is like, I understand your hood vlogs normally be kind of like in sequence.
Yeah.
You start here, you end up there, but you're talking and I'm reading.
Right.
So one of the things I wanted to hit on, like the lawyer said, and this is the part I can't stress on enough. Mr. MIKO has never been accused of committing a lewd act toward a child. This is the second part he said. Whatever your initial charges were, which I see the world sees when they look at it. Excuse me. People want to ask you why you took a plea bargain, right?
Yes.
Now myself, I'm a person that's took a plea bargain. I went to jail for carjacking at gunpoint. Victims,
I'm gonna hear a little bit of the story, guys.
I kept making plane trips to court, 2 in the morning, wake up, sack lunch, you feel me? I did that shit for 16 months. So I tapped out, like, I'm not, like, send me to prison or send me home. And they said, we'll send you home today if you sign for governing the owner's car without consent.
When you get jammed up, they don't hold you up. They're not playing no games with you. They caught you in some shit. They're gonna lock you up.
Yeah,
they're gonna hold you and hold
some of the rumors or some of what people are saying
right?
is, why would you plead to I plead to a lot of things, but I wouldn't plead to something against children, right? And I probably wouldn't either, but the facts of the matter is, this case didn't have anything to do with children. This case did not have anything to do with small children. And so, this case occurred. This case occurred right in the midst of COVID, and COVID was rampant in the United States, and especially in Georgia, and the court system had shut down. And I had been in there for, I believe it was 14 months. Hardly seeing people go to trial or going to court. We're just sitting there. They weren't doing. There was no court. And so, finally when we got in there, there was an offer. And they said, you've been sitting here. You can fully vindicate yourself with this. But the facts are you could be sitting here another 14 months just waiting for a trial. And so,
Nah,
it was
on the
hard. That
contrary,
thin ass mattress,
I
my
agree.
back's hurting.
I probably would have took
It's
the
just
plea too.
mentally.
Shit.
My parents are going through it. My mother's going through it. She's dealing with her health issues. I didn't know if I would get to see my mother alive. I didn't know if I had another 14 months to fight it because what if my mother passed away? And I didn't want to risk that.
I lost my father like that.
Right. And so because I'm not going to get too much into her health issues, but they're there. And so, I said it was so hard. It was to the point where the attorney was like, look, if you don't speak and if you don't speak up, we were in court. He said, I'm gonna have to, just like say we're gonna just wait or whatever. And then I would have waited, for whenever. And so, the plea was an assault charge, an aggravated assault charge, and it was a non-sexual, nothing sexual whatsoever. Just it was assault. There was no type of sexual anything added to it. And I said, you know what? Okay,
Play it out.
And
You didn't want to sit, so you play it out.
And that's tough, right? We don't want to say I don't want to say plea out because the thing that I was
the American justice system is fucked up because you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But they got it to where you got to sit your ass up in there, and if they deny you bail, like they just did Doug and Gunna, shout out to them, YSL and YFN and everybody.
And that's the bulk of this, man. Some people are gonna agree. Some people are gonna say, nah, we're not messing with them. And that's okay. They're going to say, oh, look, we don't want them in our hood, and that's okay. And some people are going to say, yeah, come to our hood, So if you want, I'm a videographer, a civilian videographer. I have a great channel. It's a channel that gets upcoming artists hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of organic views that's so hard to do. And so I honestly feel like it's the best platform for hood vlogs, for upcoming artists, for people, who are trying to do their thing. And so, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, if you guys want me to. And so, actually, I'm going to keep doing regardless, but I can't do it without y'all. And I'm really grateful for all of my supporters out there. I'm actually more grateful even for my haters. I really appreciate the hate because it really does fuel me. And sometimes that might come off as cocky, but I try my best not to be cocky, but the hate really does fuel me and it propels me forward. So I appreciate that and I'm grateful for that as well. So everybody who gives me constructive criticism, thank you. So what do you guys think, man? Are we good?
As far as I'm concerned,
From what I see, I don't see
I don't see nothing with no chill. I'm saying you look freaky, you get down differently, but that's your preference. I don't say nothing with it. As a Don move, I can say that our politics and how politics is usually wild. We don't really fly that way to boat, but you know what I'm saying? I don't have no problems with the LGBT community or nothing like that, being as an artist and a hip hop artist. But you know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't no chomo or nothing like that, let's straight in my book, you feel me? But I can't, as far as our hood goes and shit like that, we can't condone even the, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, or even with the background of the police thing and shit
And
like that.
I just want to say I'm not part of the LGBT community, so I'm just me.
I was just saying for me.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything against them. I love hanging out with straight people, with gay people, with everybody. I got friends on every spectrum. And there was another rumor of me messing with like trannies. Never in my life, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but never in my life have I ever messed with trannies. So I just want to put that out there too. So it just lets you know the scope of the rumors out there, which are false. So, all right.
Lastly, this is the last thing I will say. Please don't send no hate mail to my Instagram. We all blew up right now.
Same here, blood and power. Nigga with it, fight with the other.
Stop sending because wait, time out. The thing is, it's not about me. It's not about him. You feel me? So, the comments, whatever you choose to think, that's your opinion and you're entitled to that, right? But we're we're just the ones that took the initiative to actually sit down with the gentleman
and talk to the motherfucker.
and talk to him and go over the shit. We admitted he's freaky. He admitted he's freaky. He said he's freaky.
Freaky blood.
Call that man Freaky Blood.
But
Another one.
Nothing pertaining to children. None of this paperwork I see. I think you guys will see the same freakiness in nothing, with a child. If anything, you'll see some lies. This person lied about their age and some other shit. But that's up to your eyes. You can use somebody else's eyes and use your own eyes and read. Some people are literate, some people are good.
And then also you got the people that are gonna say from a moral standpoint, like me, I'm a father, so it could be the same as if it was a 27-year-old male with an 18, 17-year-old girl, like just the age difference. And then like how you said, there are celebrities who are, 10 years apart or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, from a moral standpoint, it's on you, however you view it, if you take it as, or if it's from a legal standpoint, you straight, but from a moral standpoint, now you got your opinion on it.
And so I just want to say, like, how the case started and how the three people met, and the dating app. It is a dating app for adults. You have to click a button that says you are 18 and older. So unfortunately, we don't live in a society where everybody, it's not the law. You have to check IDs. Sometimes people get tricked. So, now with that said,
Check IDs.
Right. But as far as me, as far as MIKO Worldwide, I don't stand for or condone any type of adult messing with a small child for sure, but period. And so actually from a moral standpoint, you know what, it's iffy. 10-year difference is a difference. I've actually dated 10 years up, so I've been that, but maybe we should take it up with all these states where the legal age of consent is 16. And
Now you got caught up with a 17-year-old. You just said on the video that they should take the age up to 16. They should take it down to 16. Now the problem that I'm having with that is you lowering the age. You're not making it higher. You lowering the age. So you saying that shit. Let's get. Let me go back.
And up. Do I think that's morally correct? No. So I don't think so.
So why would you say it?
I personally was tricked. The main message that I wanted to convey was that I am not a chomo. I've never messed with children, and here are the facts. Here's the paperwork. You got real gangsters and gangbangers who could literally end my life. You know what I'm saying? I came back to their...
Okay, we're going to pause it there. We're going to get into it. Now, my first point is, he said he's not a part of the community. But you're doing acts that is of the community. So, I do understand as a person who have been the same way my whole life. I don't like titles. Don't call me a stud. Don't call me, I've never been that type of person. I get it. But I feel like he's doing that to clear himself to be able to go back around these hood guys so they'll be comfortable with him. Because with some of the stuff that I've seen, it's no way you're not a part of the community. You have to be. You have to be. Some part of you is a part of the community. Okay. The second thing I'm gonna touch back on is that 16 shit. Why would we lower it? We seeing every day that our teenagers are going through hell. Real talk. They have an appetite that's more expensive than half the adults around in the world. Why? Because they have social media and they're glued to it and they're seeing all the things that these famous people are doing. You do have a lot of kids, 17, 16, child proteges They're coming up watching the people that was around them, that taught them and aided them to be great. You know what I mean? And they were young stars, so you can't act like this haven't been done before, but it just was never taken to this level. So our kids is going through hell, and you think that it'll be okay to lower it to 16? No, I do not. I really think that the age limit needs to be raised. I feel as if the younger you are, the less developed you really are, and you don't understand it at that point. But once you get to my age or 21, you look back at some of the foolish things you did at 16, 17, and you're like, oh my God, you're cringing. Even when Facebook throw up some of your memories, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of us got Facebook, and Facebook could tell you, like, well, you did this 6 years ago, you did this 10 years ago. You like, I really wrote that status. I really said, like, so come on. You know what I mean? Like, emotions are running high at that age. Hormones are running, raging. You know what I mean? You don't know if you're coming or you're going. You know what I mean? So 16, no way in hell. Another thing I want to touch on. He began to have acts that was against his everything, threatening people out here with guns, just flashing in a different type of way. And in this video, he claimed to be a civilian. And unfortunately, I didn't see civilian acts. I don't have anything against MIKO World. I just want him to live in his truth. I know it is hard to be of the community, around the community, involved in the community, because that community is tough. The LGBTQ community is tough. And once you insert yourself in that community, all outsiders, it's tough. Like I said, I feel as if he's built a platform for himself, and he can't allow an image like that, dealing with kids, dealing with other men, to tarnish that. So he wanted to clear his name. And I have big ups to him. I just want him to live in his truth. Unfortunately, I don't know how the hood vlogs are going to continue from here. I'm definitely going to stay tuned. I'm definitely going to keep it watching, because I definitely like MIKO World. I don't have anything against MIKO World at all. I saw some of the flaws. You know what I mean? When you see and you read into things differently. I don't doubt that the paperwork party that the PIRU had with him is true. I don't think they paid him any money. I don't think they did any of those things that's going around. I feel as if, the paperwork states what the paperwork states, but at the end of the day, he has to walk in his truth. And it's going to be hard now that it's being said that he indulges in what he indulges in, for other men to be comfortable around him. I mean, comment down below and let me know, how would you feel if you had someone around you that had this problem? And it's funny because I had this conversation with one of my coworkers, about if one of his friends, came out, and said something. And the response was quite comical. But I just comment down below, how would you feel if someone you had hanging around you or coming around you, they persuaded themselves as one way, but they carried on as another way in other settings, because it's not just him in his bedroom, because we've seen multiple videos of him doing certain acts or acting certain ways with other people. And it's no surprise that he's comfortable with hanging out with these people. You know what I mean? Because we've seen it on the vlogs. We've seen him, randomly with these folks. So it's not, I don't know. I'm, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna ramble about it. I just wanted to state that, you know, I feel as if he should walk more in his truth. And I know he don't want to lose this lane, but don't come to Detroit with that shit. I'm telling you right now, don't come to Detroit. I don't know who you need to tap in with before you get here, but you make sure you tap in with them if you plan on doing a vlog on Detroit. Anyway, that's the video with your girl Puff Reacts. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.